Hi everyone, this is Angelina. Thank you for joining us here again today for another SMada.world webinar. We've called this webinar to address primarily the registration and funding process into the new U-Invest program. Hopefully we'll be able to sort through most of your questions before we get to the Q&A. So please listen carefully and leave your comments and questions until that time. So without any further wait, I'd like to welcome back to the mic Mr. Noel Adams, our CEO and leader of the SMada team and the founder of Next Level Africa. Welcome to the mic, Noel. Sorry about that. Welcome, Noel.
Just make sure on your side that you've got your your speakers turned up. Out there, it might be something that's worthwhile. So, okay. Look, what we want to do with this, we want to try and clear up the sign-up process and just try and straighten a few things out there. So I'm going to get straight into it, and where I normally do a bit of an update at the beginning, I'll do it at the end of the presentation here. But this is important that you understand the process out there, because look, I've been working on this program for some time, so I probably know it as well as anybody that's been designing it. I was part of the design team, and the appointment I've got as the look in the network marketing terms, you would refer to me as what they call the master distributor. So, and the master distributor, their job is to manage the matrix and manage the downline, so that people certainly can understand it and get a fair go for everybody. All right, look, this is your opportunity to own part of the medical breakthroughs and earn huge returns on small investments. This has never been done before, so it's something that it is a first for all of us. We're still learning and trying to understand, because we all realize just how important these scientists are, and if we can support them, we're more than happy to do it. Now, this is the presentation I actually just completed a few hours ago there, so if I go through it and there's a few issues that are not quite correct, I'll address them. But what it is, we've got a team link, and on the team link, and it'll be at the end of the presentation on the last slide, using the team link, if someone presses register, it'll simply come up referred by SMada1. The reason that it's important to have people use this link, because if people start using their own links in order to send out, it'll find that someone gets runaway legs, and I know how a matrix can go if you have people sending out their own link. There's no payment for recruitment. It's just simply a total team build will work a lot better. And I have no control over people coming into this program off the street, because they will come into our downline. They'll end up somewhere. You might find that you've got a number of positions in the program and find that the one you put in second or third or whatever is getting a bit more attention than the one you put in first, because there could be someone above you that's using their own link and it's just running down. But eventually, if that happens out there, what you've got is people running away legs. So by us using the team build link, it just simply means it fills from left to right. Anyway, on the form there, you can see fairly clearly that you just fill out your details on there, and it's a pretty standard form. But most important thing, it's the referral on there, and educating people to send out the team link will just mean that we stay a tighter bunch. Now, there's the first mistake in there, but it doesn't matter. We'll get around that. This has been set up as a sample, just a sample site. So I've put in username as sample on there so that you can see where you put your username. And I'm suggesting that you put your username and use the Next Level Africa email as the username and the email. It'll help you find your account a lot easier, or you remember it a lot easier, because people are going to take a number of accounts out there. So having those two linked up, you'll find that that's an easier way to identify your account. And but as I said, this is just a sample. Now, what it is, we fill out the details. If you don't see, and you won't see your country in there, you'll tick on the country not listed box there, and that'll clear all of these areas where you can actually type in where you're from, country, state, city, postcodes, and everything you need to put in there. Now, down the bottom, you've got your terms and conditions. So you tick that box, fill in the verification code, and simply click on Register Now. That will take you into your back office, where, once again, this is a sample, so you can see the username sample and the email sample. What will happen is that they'll send a verification code to your email. That verification code is, you can see there on the general options where you've got email verification. Click on that and just put the code in there, and that verifies the email. So it's pretty straightforward on getting to that point with it. Now, when you click on My Tools, it will open up your financials, orders, transfer funds. But the most important thing when you're first in there is that you want to be able to activate your account. So therefore, you would finish up activating the account by View by Projects certificate. So clicking on the certificates would take you to this area here. Now, you can select any certificate, but for this exercise, I'm going to be selecting the diabetes. Now, the diabetes, you can see there where it's got a $200 million investment amount. That's how much they need to raise onto that. That's where the certificates come from. So anyway, it's just an area that is important to understand that, and we go from there to the bottom section of it, is that where you've got the share value of 30%. Now, the estimated sale on this product is $30 billion. And how it's worked is that when you invest in the certificate, that's an estimation. That figure could go up or down. The coin value is 354.22, and that's how you get paid for your different levels of certificate. So once again, it could vary in the amount out there, but for the sake of this, we'll look at that later, and you might even see it change in the back office there, as you might buy one certificate and it says the estimated value is a certain amount. The next one you buy, it's different. Down the bottom, certificate is estimated value 12. Okay, it's doing a couple of strange things for me. Sorry about that. The estimated value is 12,397. That could change on each person that goes in, could see a different value there. The value will happen when the certificates are sent to market, and you'll receive your percentage of whatever it is, the 30 billion, which could be 40 or 50 billion. It could be 25 billion, but that's, it's an estimated value. So clicking on the upgrade package will take you to this window here, and it tells you in there that the product price, the admin fees, so the total is 35 coins for the diabetes certificate level 1. Now, with this window here, it just simply tells you there that you can see the crosses, the red crosses over there, indicating that I don't have sufficient funds in my wallet to pay for this. So you don't have sufficient amount in your wallet, so I would simply click here to then go on to the next window. Now, putting in the amount is what you would add in here. The wallet I have has got 0 coins in it, so I want to add an amount, and it's important that everything matches. So for this particular exercise, I've actually put in the add amount, and I've put it in as 1,000 coins. That is a figure I've put in there, but if you just need 35 coins, you'll find that there's fees. So always go a little bit more, 35.2, something like that, just so you cover your fees on the coin. You would click on your pay by pet coins. You'd click on that to activate and then proceed to checkout. When you get to the checkout, the field you can't change is the depositing amount. It has your order number on it. And this wallet address is important because that's the wallet address that you've got to send your pet coins to. All right, you'll have your pet coins somewhere. They will be either in Coin Exchange or they'll be in a desk wallet. So you'll copy that and send the coins. It's probably important to do that before you complete this. Well, and I'll tell you why. So copying that wallet address, going to wherever you've got the coins, and then sending the coins, because when you do that, you'll get a transaction ID. This is from a desktop wallet. The one in the exchange is a little bit smaller, and you'll find that from the exchange, if you scroll down, you'll see where you'll see deposits and withdrawals. So obviously the withdrawal section on the right hand side, you'll see the transaction ID. Just copy and paste that and paste it into there. It's very important to do that one. And so copying, pasting, don't ever try to type these numbers. You can see they're massive. Now you type in there the username of where you want the coins to arrive. So putting your username in there, which is important, and making sure that you deposit the exact amount that you've got here. Don't change that, the exact amount. If that were 1,000.2 coins, that's what you send. If you've got any other details, maybe you want to put them in there. The verification code, by typing in that verification code that we have there, that's all you need to do, typing in that. And then from that, you would simply hit confirm now, which now we're sending this order. So having the transaction ID on it is important. And because some people have been filling out this and not, look, there's a lot in there. They've changed that to transaction ID. It was wallet address in there, but people were putting wallet address that had nothing to do. That's why the hold up happened out there. because remember, we're looking at this as being a beta test on it to get a few of the things ironed out. We had our development team working with the London office that look after the coins all night, just trying to get this fixed up there. So that's where we set up a support ticket. Anyway, moving on, clicking confirm now would take you to back into your back office. Funds added successfully, you'll be able to use after approval. The approval time, it's pretty obvious that there's a lot of activity because it has to be approved manually, coins transferred in manually. I've heard reports there of recent, it's taking less than an hour for the coins to arrive. But once again, don't hold me to that. There could be, and the reason on that as well is that it has to be confirmed. So depending where you send it from, what wallet, CEX, if it's not confirmed, once it's confirmed and the amount of confirmations have been sent through, then they can process it. So that is sometimes a bit of a wallet time. I've sent coins into CEX, and sometimes they go through in less than an hour, way less than an hour. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 hours. So whatever's going on with the processing and the confirmation. So you'll see them appear in your back office there, and the same process would apply when you want to upgrade your certificate. You would go to buy view certificates, and then you would simply hit, it's very quick, the process of doing that. Now, what we have here is we have our website. And see, it's once again, this is the first time I've used this. So it's yourprivateequity.community. That's our website, where we'll be putting a lot of information. We'll do tutorials on there explaining what's going on with the whole program, giving as much support as we can in there. The registration form is registration at yourprivateequitycommunity.smada.world. Now that's our link, and I advise to send that link out to people so that they have the correct login, so that everyone gets on the right foot with it. Now, this has been set up by uinvest.net for us, especially for our team. No one else has this. I've got a direct link with their technical support and care support. So that link that we have for support will eventually be our go-to link for all support. We had the issue with the coins, and our members were able to send in their information to that support, and we had over 100 go in there, and they've all been completed now. So therefore, we allowed a bit of tolerance on that, where we allowed the support to be looked after, where members sent through and didn't send it from a Next Level Africa email, because as I said, we are not getting paid any money to do support. We've got to try and work it out, and we need support in there because between the banks and the developers on the site, I believe there's going to be very little support. So we will finish up running the support for us, and I'm sure that we'll finish up running the support for the entire network. But right now, it's important that anybody that wants support from us has to have an Next Level Africa email, because that's where we manage the support. And from that, it's not as though we're asking you to pay money where you don't get rewarded, because having a Next Level Africa's email, you're entered into the email program that we are very, very close to launching. So once again, that's important. I've put a mission statement up there, and this has been something that I've been throwing around for nearly 5 years now, and this is on the Your Private Equity Community site. And it is just simply the message I'm trying to give to the members out there in order to see that we are trying to work this as a community group. And that's, I believe, is important. I believe we hunt better as a pack, and if we stick together, we will achieve what we need to. And it's simply Smarter World Proprietary Limited mission is dedication to the utmost excellence of customer service, furnished with a vision of warmth, friendliness, individual self-worth, and a company spirit. Empowering the creative community to advance together, doing what they love, which is helping others to achieve financial freedom. One team, one dream. Now, this is something that's happened out there, that the office in London, the head of the projects out there, he has received, the words got out about our email structure and the support that we're offering there, and they are very excited about it. So we've got the blessing from the HSBC management team that are managing this entire project, that also look after our NLA coins, the Chingaling, they look after all of that, and this is all part of their network. I am not an owner in this organization. I am just simply a member like everybody else. So therefore, I have all the same issues that everybody else has. So moving forward together, there are strategies that we'll put in place in order to help each other out there. There is what we want members to do is, I've been trying to get members in a situation where they have a reasonable income coming in fairly quickly from this. And as I said, when you're dealing with people at different levels of finances, it's hard to have one size fits all. And we do have people struggling out there, and we want to try and make sure that we look after as many members as we can. The main idea with doing the certificates is that we want to complete one of the projects. So it's been selected from the diabetes program out there that we actually as a group go into that, because that's a 35 coin investment in there. And I'll tell you now that the coins will be going up. It's already been told to me, you probably will see the coin, the pet coin, head towards the $10 mark, I'm sure. And that could be as early as this week. And so the getting into the diabetes program might be difficult for some people. Now, what I'm about to offer to the members now, it's not something that we want to do, but we feel that we need to try and help some people out there. And this is going to be limited. It'll be limited to the amount of members. And I've put a figure on it now of 100 members. And what we intend to do for those members who are having trouble with activating out there, we are going to, and we don't want to do this, but we feel it's going to be in the interest of the members who are struggling to do this to be able to get up and running. What we're going to do is we're going to allow initially 100 members to exchange NLA coin. Now that will be one NLA coin for one pet coin. And the reason that is because, as you well know, that it's being reduced, the low price coins on the exchange out there. So it's, who knows how long before we'll be able to sort that out. And I'll go into a bit more detail on what's going on with that. But just let me explain what that means. Because when you exchange crypto for crypto, you can't work out how much you've made or lost until you actually have dollars in your pocket. Then you can work out where you are with it. Getting into this program, it would be the FOB project that we would be looking after. So the 8 coins. The 8 coins, and this is only for members that are not current members. We're not doing this for members who are already in there with with their projects funded and certificates. So therefore, what we would do is swap that over. Now, just to give you an idea, and this is approximate estimation, a level 6 certificate in the FOB program would be worth $211,000, give or take. That's not necessarily the important one at the moment, but what you actually achieve with that is that you'll finish up with 1,400 coins going through to level 6. So 1,400 coins, look, it's one of those areas, it's hard to put a value on it. And so the value I'm going to put on them is, by the time you actually achieve that, the pet coin is going to be, I believe, in excess of $10, but we'll just, for the sake of this exercise, call it $10. $10 on that would mean that you've got a coin value there of now $14,000. Now, $14,000, if you work that out, you've achieved that with 8 NLA coins. Because we control, run all these programs marry in together out there, because we do that, we're able to do this. There's no other company that can actually do this, to be able to offer members this particular thing out there. We're not really wanting to do it all the way through, because I'll just add this in now. You've heard me talk about the e-commerce program, and we had a deadline by the 20th of this month in order to get that up and running. We had to delay that deadline, and it's now the 21st that we're in meetings with the bank in order to sign off on the e-commerce program. The e-commerce program now, the account is sitting with $55 billion in the account. What will happen with that is that they will sign over the account to myself and other parties that are involved with the whole process, because there's checks and balances that go on with it. And we can then start using that money. The first thing we will do is every NLA coin that's on the exchange up to the market maker's value will be just swallowed up, be gone. We'll be paying people in NLA coins, which they can sell on the exchange, and we'll use that money to purchase the coins from the exchange. So once again, this is all worked in together with what the bank are doing. We're working with people we've been with now for many years. Another quick one out there, just to give you an idea where we're at with it, is that you'll notice on the You Invest, look, I'm calling it You Invest at the moment, but eventually that site will become yourprivateequity.com. But I don't want to confuse that. They're running off 2 sites at the moment, a development site and a live site, but eventually it'll be swapped over to the yourprivateequity.com. So that's where it'll run from. You'll notice on the site you've got advertising on there, where people can advertise on there. What I've been asked to be involved with is looking at this advertising on there and turning it into an income structure for the members. So I'm going to be looking at that, not right now, we're almost at Christmas time there now, but I want to look at that to incorporate a network structure of it, multi-level marketing, where we can start earning money from advertisers, because simply this particular program, I believe that, look, the last time I looked, we're close to about 750 registrations. A lot of people who are just getting their certificates in place will start to send out the links, and hopefully that's the smarter one link, because that's just going to be more productive for everybody on there. And so sending out the link, you'll find that by this time next week, that figure should triple. And as it triples, it'll just continue to roll along. So the bottom line of what I'm saying is that there's going to be a lot of membership in this, and we'll attract advertisers into it. And if we can do that, we're going to share the revenue with the members out there, and that's important as well. All right, look, I'm going to hand this back to Angelina to just go over any of the questions that have been asked there. I'll answer what I can on there, but I'm trying to keep it to this particular program because we can go off track a bit, and this is an important one for any new sign-ups out there. Okay, I'll hand it back to Angelina.
Registration form link down, that'll be provided to you as well. Kurt, I see your question there. We've already addressed your question in support, so we know that it's waiting, and hopefully you got my last message to resubmit it with the instructions that I gave you. We have a question from John. Question number 1, the tax ID showing only, yes, we addressed that as well, John, in the Skype post. We know that there are dots at the end of a tax ID on the CEX. Don't worry about that. Just give them what's on the CEX. So we don't need to worry about that. You're fine with whatever you can copy and paste from the CEX. You're good. And Noel, if you can pick up the questions, starting with Grace, I'll hand the mic back over to you, and thanks for a great presentation for community.
So I'll just have to tune into where we're at. I have to go back a bit here. Looks like there's been a few things come in while I've been. Okay. Kurt is saying that he's still waiting 26 hours for approval right now for some reason. All I can say is that sending in to the support and dealing with it through that, because we've got a direct link, and whatever the issue is, you need to supply the correct details there. So the transaction ID, username, and the wallet's been sent from, so they can check it out from there. Okay, we've got John B. Good evening, no question. The TX ID showing only a few numbers, not the complete one you showed in, yeah, well, that's the CEX has a different system there. So the numbers are much smaller. That's exactly right. So just simply copy that and send it and post it in there. That's all. So that for some reason, one's an internal wallet and an exchange, and one's your desktop. They just come up differently with it. Grace is saying we're still looking at receiving money in 7 days. People have been getting that now, Grace. I'm not sure what you mean there, but there's been quite a few upgrades in the system there, so it's certainly happening there. If you see, some of the questions coming in there is people are going to be saying, well, I've been here for an hour a day and I've got nobody underneath me. They've just managed to sort out the money transfers, and so that part of it's been sorted out. What a lot of people don't really understand this program, and I really can't go into it now because it is very complex, and it's an area out there that I'll have to have another webinar just to deal with that. So anybody that wants to come up and say, I don't have a downline, it'll happen, all right? It will happen. It's a force matrix. They run from left to right. It will happen. And don't ask me to put a time frame on it, but it will happen. June's asking when you'll be able to see a downline. You'll only ever see 4 people in your downline. The first 2 people you don't get paid for, you won't see them. So you'll then see 4 people in your downline, and the only way you'll see them is when they make payment to you, because that can change as well. So it's not like a traditional networking structure where you've got hierarchies. It's you'll only ever see 4 people when you get the downline. And I do want to add this in. I do want to really congratulate the people that have stepped up to the plate and taken out the Next Level Africa emails, because simply and incidentally that we are going to be attracting the entire database of the UInvest system into us supporting them, and the only way they can do it is they must have a Next Level Africa email. So therefore it's an area where I'm just getting people sending messages through on the exchange on the coin. So there are people that are going to benefit from this out there. So sorry, I've got that much on the desk, but I do want to mention that and this is a program. The email is a program that we're running. It's managed by us. We have the support from the bank. We don't have the interference from the bank. So, and that's how we'll be running our support. So if they want to come in, and we'll be able to promote that through the UInvest system, where if they want support, because look, the banks have support from the bank system, forget it. I was asking, when and how is a withdrawal working within the UInvest? I'm sure that I haven't personally tried that out there, but there are ways you can do it without actually physically doing a withdrawal. You may want to, if you're looking there, you may want to sell your coins. There are people looking to buy them. So you may want to sell your coins to get people into the system. But all I can say is push the withdrawal button, see what happens. And so if you're able to withdraw, you'll need a wallet address and stuff. So, but I haven't checked that part of it out. Look, they're still tweaking things up, and I want you to consider this a beta test out there. And once we get everything sorted out, because as I said, there are 3 components. You've got launch, stability, and then momentum. And we are still in the stability stage. It's launched, and we're in the stability stage. So. John, question 2. Can new members still sign up to 2112 under the Smarter One and the email deal? Yes. We are, look, we're extending that a little bit further. We'll be announcing when we'll close it off, because we are having the database the matrix loaded. Our admin have been pushed to the maximum, and I want to take my hat off to especially Angelina, who's been up all sorts of hours and dealing with, I don't know how she does it, to be honest with you, but she seems to get through it. And so we are at the process now. Angelina is compiling the CSV file to be loaded into, we've already loaded quite a few in, but there's quite a few to be loaded in. So anyone that wants to take advantage of the promotion on the emails, certainly get into it now and apply for your email. Tom is asking, I have 4 attempts. Look, if you've sent it to the support out there, Tom, because you'll need to send all your details, make sure you send your transaction, all the things required out there that you'll need to send to support. And there's been over 100 emails sent in there, and they've all just that I know have been fixed up, but we'll chase anything up that's outstanding there. And but that support is linked directly into to YouInvest. And as you can see, we can't have that support. It's only for our members. Incidentally, it's not on their website. That's been set up especially for the Smarter Group members. And you can only have an email like that if you have the support from the company. No one can get an email address if you don't have the company give it to you. Okay. Okay, Luke's saying it seems to be a glitch with the certificates. For example, the certificate I purchased is labelled plus 90. Yeah, look, I want to find out on all of that as well, Luke. There's different amounts coming, but I will admit that some of it there, because with the glitches, I haven't queried it because I wanted to make sure that they'd sorted everything out before I queried it. Because look, on the FOB project there, certificate 6 shows $499 to admin and $1 for the product, which is it'll be fixed by tomorrow, they tell me. But there's just silly things going on out there. But whatever it is, they'll get through it. Jeffrey, to clarify, you are buying all NLA coins in the duck market up to the market maker's value price around the 21st. Once again there, Jeffrey, you'll put that price on it. We've got a meeting with the bank. You'll put that date on it. We've got a meeting with the bank on the 21st. We're hoping for the green light to go then. And any time after that, once we get the green light, the e-commerce program will launch, and we'll have access to a very nice little bank account with $55 billion in it to run the e-commerce program and to manage the NLA coin. And incidentally, the with the advertising system on YouInvest, we'll look at using NLA coin into that as well, because if you need NLA coin, becomes a requirement for it. So they're more than happy to look at that aspect for me. Yeah, look, I apologise if I'm getting a few people saying they can't hear me. My end, I've got everything turned up to the maximum, so I can't do any more than that. Ray, how do the coins get to CEX? How do we cash out from CEX to our bank account when the coins have been bought, or do we have a choice? You're talking about selling the coins on the exchange for duck, I should imagine. Well, all you do is, once you've got $250 there, you request a withdrawal and it goes to your bank. That's all it is. James, now that we have our certificates, what is the next step? TTP. James, you know the deal. It's called TTP. Talk to people. And if that doesn't work, you TTMP. You talk to more people. So that works. Believe you me. So this is not a selling business. It's a telling business. To tell people how would you like to make money and support medical science out there, because you can't normally do this. You cannot normally do this. The men in the street can't do that. You go into a shopping centre, we have them here where you can donate money to various humanitarian charities out there. You give that to them and they run it. This one here, you can support the scientific breakthroughs they've got going on there through Dr. Wolfgang, and also feed your family from it as well. So you can understand just where that is. And also too, look, the strategies out there, I can't go over them here now, but because we are in a position where people may come into a particular certificate, when I say late, it's never too late, because remember this, you've got a certificate that's going to be worth something. Now, we will look at what we call a matrix flip when we do another particular project. I've got a way, a method out there that I can have people at a very high level in any project that's going on out there. But we need to concentrate on one to get that well on the way to be completed before we jump around all over the place. And if people want to jump around all over the place, certainly do it. But you're not going to achieve what I want everyone to achieve is a level 6 certificate. So therefore, just following my guide with it, and you'll find that you'll achieve all of that. No one could achieve this by themselves unless they actually take the money. And look, with a coin going to $10 a coin to get yourself a level 6 certificate in a diabetes program will cost you $35,000. So what do you want to spend? At the moment, it's $60, give or take, to get in there, or $35,000. I know I won't even ask you to answer that, but that's what it is. Kaiser is asking, doesn't the FOB aspect, is this only for, yeah, you'll see it in there. Don't ask me to repeat the name on it. You'll see it in there. It's just underneath the diabetes. It's called FOB, and it's 8 coins to join that. So we feel that might be more affordable for those that, so we're concentrating on that. And I'll be going over a strategy on that where it doesn't matter who's in that account, who's gone into the FOB program, that I'll be able to get the NLA members to the top of the tree on that very quickly once we get started with it. So that's what the FOB, it's the fibro, look, I've got to look at it to pronounce it, so you'll see it in there. Curtis is saying he's very happy with the support, so I didn't mean to be negative. You weren't negative. I mean, that's just where it is out there, but we are doing everything we can, because remember this, we're not getting paid to do this support other than our email program. The email program supports this, so that's why we can't have people supporting the email program and then have other people come in for a free ride. It just can't happen. Tom's, how can you communicate better with support? Well, if you've got all the details in there, Tom, on what you're looking for, they'll certainly chase that up. It'll be chased up in there. I go in there and have a look every now and again to see what's been happening in there. So anything in there that's sitting there, I'll follow it through and make sure that the support team get onto it. But there might be some details missing. I have no idea what you've sent in, so I'll have to check it out. Alex Honell, is there a backlog of email plus NLA.net accounts that have not been sent out to people that have requested them? Alex, look, we're going through as fast as we can with that. It's a job that Angelina, she's really multitasking at the moment. So if you've applied for an email out there, rest assured it will be, once it's paid and you've sent the receipt into Angelina, it'll be sent out to you as well. So, and if it hasn't been sent out, she's just getting around to doing a lot of them now. As I said, she's trying to get the database ready for the email program. But I believe that we're up to date. Every person that sent in a request for an email, they have been, our technicians have generated that email address. So you'll be sent out the information as soon as we can. So I'm sure that won't be too far off. Phil saying, this is a good one again. My account has no referral. I put SmarterOne in the box, but I have certificate and now it says no referral. That's a good point, Dan. What I sorted out with the, you'll be happy to hear this as well, that everybody in the entire system is underneath SmarterOne. So all I'm getting at is that you would be, what we're trying to avoid is people using their own link. So everybody in the system is in our downline. Because my position is the number one position in every project. So every project out there just means that anyone that signs up for that is automatically in the SmarterOne sign up. So don't worry if you don't have SmarterOne as a referral there, but certainly we want people to use that out there because we want the message out there not to send your own link. That your link's there, you can do it, and there are people, that we're doing it. That's why you might find that someone's jumping ahead because people are doing their own links, so spillover's coming down onto that person. But all I'm getting at is that if there's runaway legs on it, you won't receive the payments coming through. You need 4 payments from your front line. And if it's not running from left to right and blocking in with no gaps, you won't achieve that. So it's important that you use that link and inform others to use that link as well. Do we need to create a pet wallet for withdrawals? It would be a good idea because you'll get staking. You put the coins into staking. Staking becomes a very lucrative business out there, if enough coins. So yes, I would suggest everybody creates a pet wallet to store the coins. But if you want to store them in Coin Exchange, you can do that as well, but you don't get paid for staking. Margaret, can you upgrade to package 2 in the diabetics? Yes, you can. You can do that there. If you haven't received your payments coming through, you can certainly upgrade to package 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you like. So certainly you can upgrade. You see, what you need to understand, Grace keeps asking the same question. People are earning money in their Grace. I don't know exactly who is, but there's been, if you have a look, there's been 700 signups. I don't know how many of those people have put coins into the system, but there are people receiving coin payments. So there are people earning money. Valerie, Angelina, I still don't have an XLR for your email. Get to it. Okay. If it's in there, it's been created, and once again, Angelina's just looking for receipt of payment just to make sure that it's all in order. Charles, how do you purchase PET on CX if you do not have any coins or money in CX? Does my CX account need to be tied to my bank account? I'm just trying to understand how to purchase the PET so I can move forward. Charles, you can purchase the PET in the exchange. You need to be KYC'd in there so you can trade. You can either purchase by transferring money in there. If it's just a small amount you want to do, I suggest you do it with Bitcoin. Put the Bitcoin in the exchange, and there are people exchanging Bitcoin for PET. So that's all you need to do, but you need to be KYC'd in CEX, and you can then deposit Bitcoin or fiat currency, which will be converted to DUC. Nigel, is it correct that the bank's signing off on the e-commerce option in a few days from now? Well, we're hoping that they sign off on it, Nigel. That the NLA coin dumping issue, yes, that'll be certainly sorted out from there. The dumping of the coin it'll be eradicated completely, because the amount of coin we will need to, what the process will be, we'll be paying everybody as soon as you sign up in the e-commerce. We'll pay you, and we'll pay you in NLA coins. And what happens from there, just using this as an example, let's supposing we pay out 1 million NLA coins. What we have to do then is go to the exchange and buy the coins from the exchange. So members will have a choice whether they want to sell some, all, keep, whatever they want to do with the NLA coin, but we'll be purchasing it from the exchange. If there's none on the exchange for sale, then the market maker will release more coins. But nevertheless, that's the process, because that way the coin will drive up in price and you'll see a massive increase on the NLA coin. Jan, the 100 people that are allowed to use NLA coins for PET coins, will I be in there? Will I be in that other certificate matrix all by themselves? Won't they miss out on the Well, the answer to that is no. There are already people in all of the projects, but people are jumping around all over the place with the fob. Because it's 8 coins, a lot of people have been jumping in. We're just trying to guide the members into the correct place, but you certainly won't be there by yourself. Okay, Audrey, do we withdraw all the PET coins in our CEX wallet to YouInvest wallet if only 35.2 PET coins for the diabetes project? And what happens to the rest of the balance of the PET coins in the YouInvest wallet? I would just transfer into your wallet what you need. You know, that's all you're doing there. Whatever goes in, if it's excess, will stay in the wallet till you want to use it. So it's it's just an area out there that you put in there what you need. If you need 35 coins for the diabetes, then you'll transfer 35. Always a little bit of extra to cover the fees. And the fees won't be 0.2, but it's always good to be a little bit over than a bit under, because the 0.2 in terms of dollars at the moment would represent 50 cents or 20 cents or something. So it's not worth the not getting it in there. You'd hate to see that you transfer it in and you don't have enough. You've got 34.999 or something. So you don't want to see that. Okay, Valerie, if you've checked on your spam folder, it is going to eventually turn up there. And do you want everyone who can go into the FOB project as well to push it along? Look, Ian, they are the 2 projects, and only for this reason, that one is a 35 coin project, one's an 8 coin. So we're just trying to put it out there that all members can participate in the whole thing out there. So that's all we've gone with that. So yes, if you want to encourage people to be part of it, and it's only 8 coins, they can get themselves started. Because think about it, 8 coins in there could lead you to a certificate worth over $200,000, and you'll finish up with 1,400 coins, which could be worth $14,000 as well at $10 a coin. So it's all of the projects represent something like a 13,000% return. So they're all lucrative, but you can't do them all. You can't do them all and expect, when we've got 3 million members in the system, they put a project on there, because I've asked them to keep it at 10 projects. There are literally hundreds of projects that will be coming into the system, but you can't have hundreds of them there. So we will just complete one. When that's completed, we can put another one in. That's completed, or another one, we put another one. I think 10 is the maximum I want to see in there. So as we get going with it, the new projects will come out, and people will have sufficient coins that they'll cream the new project when it comes out. Jean, as you earn pet coins from the certificates, do they get paid into CX? Only if you want them there. They'll be in your back office in the you invest back office. That's where they get paid to, in your financials. John, question 3. Okay. Is it possible to request a certificate from another program rather than now the diabetes? Sorry, when already answered. Okay, question, but I can hardly hear you. All right, well, I'm sorry if you can hardly hear me. I've got it all turned up my end here as much as I can. I've gone to another level with it. Hopefully it's a bit better there. Rhonda, what's the process to create a pet wallet, please? Thank you. Go to the exchange, Coin Exchange, and you'll see up the top there, it's got a listing of wallets. So go in there, click on the wallet, and then just download it from the exchange. When will we be able to liquidate pet coins on CX? Well, they're doing it now. Yeah, they're doing it now. There was if you have a look in the history there, I'm not looking at it now, there's been 15,000 sold this week alone. So the people are doing that right now. Phil's saying the duck price has dropped already. I really don't know what that means, Phil. The duck price has dropped already. Okay, Ray, can we upgrade to level 2 diabetes? All right, well, I've answered that, yeah. If we have coins, you can do anything you want if you've got coins. Linda, how do I move MLA coin for Bitcoin? Well, it's in the exchange. Look in the exchange, you'll see it in there. You just transfer your coins into the exchange if that's what you want to do, and then list them in there for Bitcoin. That's the process of it. Just be careful that you don't list them too cheap, because the bank are going through any low pricings in there, and they're suspending members' accounts. So you do run the risk of that happening, and you would hate that to happen if we're out there buying every coin on the exchange and paying up the market maker's value at $654 a coin. So I wouldn't be selling them too cheap out there, or certainly not under the recommended. Tim, is there a CX video training on how to purchase pet or duck? Look, I think we've got it somewhere in one of the sites there. I'll go over it again out there, but it is a fairly easy process. Just go and click around a bit in there, and you'll see how you can do it. But look, I'll have a look. We were doing training on how to trade in CEX, and I'm sure we've got some videos on it, so I'll have a look to see where we are with it. Look, we've just got so much going on there. It's it's hard to get on top of everything. Okay. Land the PEP wallet will take about 18 hours to sync. That could be right, depending on how many transactions are on there and the speed of your computer. Oh, sorry, Phil, the question is not that the duck's gone down, it's just that you're talking about in the PET. Once again, I know what's going on there, and what's really going on is that the bank are probably allowing, because it's the bank that's got the coins. They're the ones with the main coins, and they're probably the ones listing those coins out there. They're just allowing people to get into the program before they really tighten up on it, and they will do out there, because I can't see anyone here with those coins that have been selling them for that sort of price. So it's just the bank doing it. I'm only guessing. I could be wrong on that, and so you'll see things happening out there, and eventually you'll go to it one day and you'll see it at $10 or 12 or 15 or 20 for that matter, because they're only releasing a certain amount of coins, and once those coins have been released, it's really going to be supply and demand. And if there's none for sale out there, well, there will be, but people will have to pay a bit more for them. You might see the pet coin see $100 out there. And I know, just saying, if it's $100 to join the diabetes, you'd be looking at a figure of $3,500 to join that. And that's the reality. If they went to $100, that would be the case. So getting in now, that's why I've been telling members about this for some time, because getting in now is extremely important. Once you're on the train, you don't have to worry. You know, with what we've been through for the last 5 years, it's been an uphill run for 5 years. But the beauty of that is the downhill run will be so much longer and so much easier and a bit more enjoyable. So we are on that downhill run now, because everything's linked together. This program, the PET program, the NLA, the e-commerce, the email, it's all linked together. It's all run under the one brand. So we are on the way downhill now. James, where do we send the 8 coins to? Look, I'll have to set up something on that so that we can manage it. So believe you me, James, this was something I discussed with Angelina 3 minutes before this webinar started. So we haven't had time to do a thing. I just decided I wanted to try and help as many people as I could out there. And so it's an area out there that we're getting it together, but we'll try and do something. I'll discuss with Angelina. We'll put something in the rooms out there in relation to this so that we can manage it from there. But look, we are getting a little bit late now, so I'm just quickly going through the rest of it here. James, will we be able to withdraw from CX in Bitcoin? Of course you can. Just transfer it to your wallet. Okay, is there a date set for the big players to come into the PET program, or can they make their way in at any time? Yeah, look, once again, they're just wanting to stabilize the site. If you had a few thousand people signing up into this and the site couldn't manage it, with the issues we've got out there, support would never manage it, and it's us doing the support. So I want to make sure the site's completed before really huge numbers come into it, and that's important. I'm going to hand this back to Angelina, because therefore we've gone longer than I normally go. That's why I did the presentation early, so the Q&A people wouldn't necessarily have to sit through that if they didn't want to. All right, I'll hand it back to Angelina. Thank you very much for attending, and I hope this has been an informative webinar for you. Thank you.
Else out in the Skype room. There are a few people though that get impatient, so give us a minute, okay? Thanks so much everyone, and have a great day wherever you are. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.